Hey, Caitlyn! Can you make it from there?
When Nike dropped Caitlyn Clark's From Anywhere commercial, millions watched it, laughed at the celebrity cameos, and kept scrolling. But what if I told you that hidden inside those 30 seconds was a message worth hundreds of millions of dollars? A message that signals Nike is about to reshape the entire future of women's basketball? Stick around, because what you're about to discover changes everything you thought you knew about this ad. Let's start with the facts. When Caitlyn Clark plays, WNBA viewership jumps over 200%. Road games that used to have empty seats, now selling out for the first time in league history. And get this, as a rookie, she generated an estimated $36 million in economic impact. That's 27% of the entire league's value from one player. Nike didn't make this commercial to celebrate a basketball shot. They made it to announce the next chapter of sports marketing. And when you look closely at what they hid in plain sight, you'll realize this isn't just about Caitlyn Clark. It's about changing the game forever. The commercial opens with celebrities joking around.
Yeah, she can't make it from there.
No chance.
Caitlyn, conmigo, what? You got it.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Hey, Caitlyn from here might be impressive. Am I right?
Whatever, Che.
So right here.
From there, no chance. It seems lighthearted, right?
And it seems like things are lining up for her to have a massive 2026.
But Nike never uses words by accident. That exact tone, sarcastic, dismissive, confidently wrong, has followed Caitlyn her entire life.
Look, I think that Indiana is even more dangerous when Caitlyn Clark doesn't play.
Middle school. That range won't work. High school, her style won't scale. College, she'll fold under pressure. The WNBA. Professional athletes are too fast for her. Every single level, the same doubt. And every single time, the same result. She proves them wrong. Nike took that entire story and compressed it into 30 seconds.
And now she's ready to take her game to the next level.
As Caitlyn Clark knocks down the three.
Why did you decide that this was the time to end your college career?
Well, I think there's pros and cons to both sides, and that's what made the decision so difficult. It was almost a win-win, but at the same time a lose-lose, because I was giving up something, and I'm just kind of ready for the next chapter and a new challenge in my life. But I think the reason I decided to announce it when I did was just to have that closure, especially going into senior night.
Not because it's clever, because it's true. And they knew that every fan watching would recognize that feeling. Because, at some point, we've all underestimated her. But here's where it gets deeper. There's a story Caitlyn tells about her childhood that most people don't know.
There's all this talk about what you can and can't do in the WNBA from some pretty famous players. How have you absorbed kind of some of that criticism or talk?
Yeah, I think it's honestly like pretty similar to my college career too. I think there's, no matter what stage you're on, if you're at the highest stage, there's always going to be people that are critiquing you. There's always going to be people that are complimenting you. And I think that just speaks to like how I was raised too. Like, you know, I've never been one to like weigh the opinions of haters too much, or, you know, I was told like, you know, at the level you feel all the praise, that's going to be the same level you feel all the hate. So like, I feel like I just try to stay right in the middle.
She wanted to practice three-pointers at home, but her driveway was slanted. Most kids would just shoot from the flat part. Maybe lower the hoop. Take easier shots. Not Caitlyn. She asked her dad to tear up the grass and pour more concrete so she could fit an entire three-point line.
Like begging my dad to like tear up some grass and pour more concrete so I could have an entire three-point line in my driveway.
Did that really happen? You extended your range by dumping more concrete.
Yeah, because it was like kind of slanted. Our driveway was like slanted, so I only had a three-point line on one side of the driveway. So I told my dad he had to tear up all this grass, and he did.
Think about that mindset. She didn't adapt to limitations. She destroyed them. She built the surface that allowed her to shoot from anywhere. And that's what Nike's really selling. Not a player who can shoot from anywhere, a player who builds the space to do it. Someone who doesn't just break records, she breaks the structure of the game itself. By her junior year at Iowa, teams weren't preparing for Iowa. They were preparing specifically for Caitlyn Clark.
Martin looking. Here's Clark. She fires and goes! She hits!
Double teams at midcourt. Traps 35 feet from the basket. Off-ball defenders abandoning the paint entirely. When a single player forces an entire sport to adapt, that's when Nike pays attention. And that's when Nike made their move. Most fans heard it casually. Caitlyn Clark's getting a signature shoe in 2026. But the timing? That's the genius part. Signature shoes usually drop fast to capitalize on hype. Nike intentionally slowed this down. They wanted her healthy. They wanted the league to rise with her. They wanted global markets ready. This isn't a quick cash grab. This is a 10-year plan. And here's the tell. Nike specifically mentioned China in their press releases. China is the second-largest basketball market in the world. Nike doesn't mention global expansion casually. They're not positioning Caitlyn as a WNBA star. They're building her as an international icon. Experts are already projecting her shoe franchise could reach 9-figure revenue and rank in the top 5 signature basketball lines, including men's shoes, LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. That's the company Nike believes she belongs in.
It even exceeded your record-setting shot. What's going through your mind when you pull up in that moment?
Well, Steph said, I'm going to take you out. And then it was a 2-for-1 situation. So I knew I could get one up because that means I can get a quick shot up. So I was like, why not? They let me dribble into it. And I always am further back than I actually think. But yeah, happy winning.
So what's really happening in 2026? Nike's executing the full vision. Caitlyn will be healthy with a signature shoe. The WNBA will break attendance records. Cities are already moving games to arenas 3 times larger than before. TV networks are negotiating new contracts. International expansion is accelerating. Youth participation is spiking nationwide. Women's basketball has never had this kind of momentum. And Nike believes Caitlyn Clark is the spark that takes the sport from national popularity to global cultural dominance. So when you watch that commercial again, you're not seeing celebrities joking around. You're seeing Nike's blueprint. Every doubt mentioned, that's the narrative they're flipping. Every impossible shot, that's the new standard they're setting. Every celebrity cameo, that's mainstream cultural validation. From anywhere isn't just about shooting range. It's about breaking every boundary. On the court, in business, across continents. Nike has done this before. They turned Michael Jordan into a global icon. They made LeBron a business empire. They transformed Serena Williams into cultural royalty. Now they're doing it with women's basketball, and Caitlyn Clark is leading the charge. That commercial wasn't marketing a moment. It was announcing a movement. And that movement is already here. The question isn't whether 2026 will be big for Caitlyn Clark. The question is, are you ready for what's coming? Because Nike is, and so is she. If you think 2026 is going to be massive for women's basketball, drop a comment below. And if you want to see more breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next.